Another possible online security breach to tell you about, this time at the State Department of Motor Vehicles. The DMV says it's been alerted by law enforcement authorities of a potential security issue within its credit card processing services. And joining us now to talk about the breach and also just breaches in general is Tony Anscombe with AVG Technologies. Tony, thanks a lot for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Martin.
It seems like we are hearing more and more of this ever since last November with Target, and that we suddenly see this increase. Is it just our imagination, or is this happening more and more?
There do seem to have been a lot of different breaches announced over the last few months. But then we're shopping more online. You know, if you look at all the statistics about us using our credit cards online, then I think the more we do it online, then the more breaches there's likely to be had.
Makes sense. How does something like this happen?
Well, there's
a lot of different ways, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It could be an inside job. I mean, somebody could simply walk out of an organisation with a USB stick. Yeah, they're very small these days and very difficult to detect.
Yeah.
But of course, there's the bad guys as well. There's organised crime. What we've got to remember is, you know, hacking a number of years ago was kind of the script kiddie in the back of the room having fun.
Right.
Yeah. Now this is about business. These guys make money from it, and it really is a financial gain.
And one of the ways they make business is by selling then the information to other people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They can, if they collect enough information about you, and somewhere like the DMV, think about all the information they have about you.
Exactly.
You know, your height, your weight, etc., etc. Yeah, social security numbers. They can then auction your ID off to somebody else that will abuse it, or they could use it themselves.
Sure. How do you protect yourself if you're a consumer and you're thinking, I use my card for everything? How do I protect myself?
Well, there's two different sides to this. One is about the card. The other is about maybe you online. First thing is, if you're shopping online, you know, always use up-to-date security software. You know, we're AVG Technologies. We've got an antivirus product. It's free. You know, there's no barrier to having that there. But also, if you're using a credit card online, think about where you're shopping. You know, do you know the brand? Does it have that padlock on the site still? Use a different card. I mean, that's a really important thing. Only use one card for online purchases. Have a limited credit limit on it, so that if something does go wrong, then you can just cancel that card.
Good idea.
And in fact, that would be my advice to anybody that thinks they might be wrapped up in this morning. Ring the card provider and get them to cancel your card. They'll send you a new card with a new number.
Yeah, you'll have it within a week. That's a very good point. Looking at the DMV specifically, now right now we have to make sure to caution people that this is just a potential hacking, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The DMV haven't confirmed that they have been hacked or they have a breach. That's a law enforcement, and they've said they're going to fully investigate.
Right.
Now, there is organisations, whether public or state or whatever, here in the US are allowed to have that time with law enforcement officers to make sure that they have the right investigation going on. Because sometimes making something public can hamper an investigation, and it's better for us to go and get the bad guys before we make it too public.
How do companies like yours stay ahead of hackers? Because they just seem, you know, every move you make, they make too, and it just keeps continuing.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it is a business from cyber criminals. We have 24/7 research labs. You know, we have guys sitting in labs. We have huge automated systems. I mean, if we talk about general viruses and things, you know, we see billions of these things a week. Yeah, on consumers' machines. So a lot of this is an automated system, but we have teams of guys sitting in rooms all around the world working 24/7 looking at these types of threats.
As the world gets closer because of the internet and that we're doing global transactions now, does that then make it more difficult for companies like yours to stay on top of the hackers?
No, in the same way that we're becoming more global, you know, companies like ours become more global. You know, having a conference call in our company is very difficult because we truly are spread right across the world. You know, where 10 years ago that may have been slightly harder to do.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, Tony Anscombe, thank you so much from AVG. Appreciate your insights.
Thank you.